And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. Glad that you are with us once again as we are moving right along here on this final day, championship day. Seventh place game was just won by Althoff in big fashion with a 51-25 win over their crosstown rivals, the Belleville East Lancers. That brings us to the fifth place game where the MacArthur Generals, who have won the championship back-to-back years, will not be doing that this year as they will play in the fifth place game against the Triad Knights. My name is Todd Duke. Zach Roseman on the other microphone. And Zach, before we get to this game, man, I can't get over that performance or non-performance, if you will, by Belleville East. Boy, they've really struggled in that game.
Yeah, it was definitely a bit of a letdown. Just kind of came out really flat, and that's something that may be a little bit of a struggle for Belleville East. If you're missing some shots early, and they didn't hit a three until very late in the game, Belleville East don't really have a guy. They don't have a Jordan Pickett anymore. They don't have a guy who can just say, we need a bucket, and then say, I'm going to go get it. They don't really have that guy this year.
Yeah, they one of those guys where you put the team on your shoulders and help carry the load a little bit more than some of the other guys do. You're right about that. And Althoff, I mean, you know, they're ranked in the top 20 in Class 2A for a reason, and they look pretty good out there, although they had some struggles shooting the three as well.
Yeah, I mean, they were able to do some things. Deer Hill with another pretty solid performance, had a double-double. I mean, just Althoff, I mean, at the end of the day, Althoff are by a wide margin, even if you include the multiplier with them being a private school, by a wide margin the smallest school in this tournament. So them and they've come here and they've won this tournament. And for them to come in as a 2A school, small school, and go 500, I think you're pretty happy with that because, I mean, you've worked out in Clinton County before. You know how tough those schools out there are. So it should be a lot of fun once we get to the playoff times for 2A. But we move right along here. We've got two pretty solid teams, MacArthur at 11-2, Triad at 9-5. Decent crowd on hand, starting to fill up more and more.
And these two schools got here by beating the two schools that just left the floor. MacArthur down to Althoff yesterday, 69-55, and Triad took care of Belleville East, 47-40. That's two games where Belleville East didn't even get to 30 points. That's got to be rough. All right, enough about Belleville East. We've beaten the dead horse already. All right, so yesterday's action, Triad 17 of 36 from the floor. MacArthur 23 of 45. They had some three-pointers go down. The MacArthur Generals had 50% from the three-point stripe, hitting 7 of 14. Triad was almost there at 50%. They hit 3 of 7, and both teams had a number of free throws, man. Triad 14 trips to the free throw line. They hit 10 of those shots, and MacArthur 23 trips to the free throw line, and they hit 16. So these two teams that are taking the floor right now, they can shoot from the free throw line, they can shoot from the floor, and they can shoot from beyond the three-point stripe.
Yeah, both teams doing well, maybe not great in terms of like the best free throw shooting team, which interestingly enough, coming into today anyway, it was Oakville who wound up finishing in 16th place. So, I don't know, moral victory, if you will, as we have our starting lineups being introduced. It should be an interesting matchup. Definitely kind of contrast in styles. MacArthur, definitely a team that, they like to run. They like to really be aggressive on the defensive end. Triad, still aggressive, but in a different way. A lot more, probably the second most deliberate team in the tournament. MacArthur will be the more athletic team. Triad obviously have the size. Should be a pretty fun matchup.
Yeah, MacArthur very dangerous on the rebound department as well. They had 39 rebounds in that win over Althoff last night. 27 of those came off of the defensive side, so watch out for MacArthur underneath.
Yeah, they rebound very well, coming with the athleticism, not elite size, but they're a pretty athletic group of guys, and they get up and rebound the ball well. I mean, Coach Bryson, probably one of the more intense figures in the tournament in terms of the way the coaches and his teams during his tenure have reflected that the way that they play. Obviously not as much success as they, but at the end of the day, if we win today, still one loss in 3 years in this tournament, which you feel pretty good about that no matter what team you are.
Yeah, got to watch the turnovers, though. MacArthur turned the ball over 15 times against Althoff yesterday, while Triad turned the ball over 14 times against Belleville East. That's a lot of turnovers for two teams that won.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, but They're able to shoot the ball okay. I mean, you know, if MacArthur can come out and shoot as well as they did, I mean, shot, you know, over 50% from the field. If they're able to do that again, they'll do pretty well. Triad, I think the big thing is, you know, I think I'll say this. If we're under 110 points, I think it's advantage Triad. If we're over 110 points, I think it's advantage MacArthur.
Triad, Drew Winslow, Ethan Stewart, Landon Zawodniak, Brody Hosquin, Tyler Thompson on the floor, MacArthur, Sam Owens, MJ Murphy, Stevie Tatum, King Dees, and Sean Lee with the play-by-play the first half. Here is Zach Roseman.
The Generals will control the opening tip, and it is MJ Murphy who will pass it into Lee. His shot up no good, tipped around and out of bounds, and it will go to the Knights. Tried in the road, not really black, kind of a slate gray color, red numbers trimmed in white, red trim. MacArthur in the same uniforms they've been in all tournament. White jerseys, blue numbers and lettering, blue and red trim, blue numbers trimmed in red. Tyler Thompson will bring the basketball up for the Knights, and he will get it to Zawodniak, who did travel the basketball, caught the pass, and then just made a couple two extra steps. So it'll be Generals basketball here. It'll be Sam Owens to trigger the inbound. Pass will come in to MJ Murphy, and now over to Sean Lee, the sophomore, guarded by another sophomore, basically, in Tyler Thompson, who will guard now Lee as he receives the basketball and gives it back to Murphy. Generals being pretty patient against a strong Triad defense. Deep three there from Murphy is up and good. MJ Murphy hit one last night in MacArthur's win over Althoff, so we'll see if he can add to that total here tonight. He's got one already. Zawodniak will bring it up for the Knights, and he'll give it to Thompson in the corner, and his three-pointer, goes in and out. Murphy with the rebound, and he'll bring it up for MacArthur. He will pass it over to Lee, and Lee will pull up for three, and that one's no good. Rebounded by Owens. He'll put it up and in. 5-0 lead for MacArthur. Stewart to trigger the inbound. He will do so to Thompson. He'll get it up now to Stewart, and he'll bring it into the front court. Pass it out into the corner now for Hosquin, the freshman. He'll make a pass in. Zawodniak cutting through, and count it, and the foul. We'll see who they give that to. And it looks like it will be on King Dees.
Foul on the Generals, number 10, King Dees. First personal for King Dees.
Zawodniak did not go to the free throw line in the last game for Triad. First one for him, no good. Rebounded there by Lee. He got quite a ways up there. Here is Stevie Tatum. So far been the leading scorer for the Generals in this tournament. He'll get it over onto the wing for Murphy. We'll give it now to Tatum. He might have gotten fouled. No call, though. And Stewart will pick it up on the steal. He'll get it now to Thompson. Kind of point forward roll there for the Knights. He'll get it to Stewart, and now over on the wing to Zawodniak. Back to Stewart, and around now to Thompson. They'll wait for a cutter to get there, and we'll get it into Winslow, and Winslow will lay it up no good. Lee with the rebound. Just past 2 minutes in here. 5-2 Generals, and here is Murphy looking to add on to that lead. He'll give it to Dees. Three-pointer from him. Got it. And that'll prompt a timeout from Jeff Guidry. And I think it'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll go and take a quick break. Be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network. We welcome you back into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. 8-2 in favor of the Generals of MacArthur High School of Decatur, Illinois. Triad Knights with the inbound. They will do so, and it will come into Thompson, who falls down but keeps his dribble, and he'll get it to Stewart. He'll get it out there in the corner for Hosquin, and he'll skip it across over to Zawodniak. His three-pointer is good. Landon Zawodniak missed the one three-pointer he took in the win over Belleville East gets one to fall for him this time, and the lead back down to 3. Stevie Tatum will look to respond. That one's no good. Rebounded there by Hasquin. He'll give it there now to Tyler Thompson, and he'll bring it up guarded by Owens. He'll hand it off to Stewart, and he'll jab step, get a screen there, and get it now to Winslow on the slip, and he puts a nice pass there to Thompson, who puts it up and in. And the deficit quickly is back down to 1. So adjustments made by Coach Jeff Guidry during that timeout helpful. Not too much animation from the normally quite animated Therese Bryson. Nobody stepped out on Murphy, and he'll hit the wide open three-pointer. Murphy up to 6, lead back up to 4 for MacArthur. Here is Zawodniak. He'll go ahead and bring the ball across the timeline, cut off there, and we'll get the pass over now to to Winslow for Triad, excuse me. Here now is Stewart. He'll get it back to Winslow. Thought about the 3, decided not to. Skip pass over to Zawodniak from the same spot, and the same result as he hits it. Deficit back down to 1. Predominantly Triad favoring crowd. Makes some noise there. And Murphy will go ahead and call the play for MacArthur. He'll survey things and work it over onto the wing for Tatum. He'll launch a three-pointer. That one's a little strong. Rebounded by Winslow. He'll get it to Thompson, and here come the Knights once again. Just past halfway through our first quarter of action here. Hand off now will go to Stewart. He'll survey things and go ahead and drive out of the perimeter and get it now to Hasquin inside of Winslow, and they're going to call a jump ball there. A little interesting. Thought Murphy grabbed a little bit of arm, but jump ball possession will still favor Triad as Donnie Becker comes into the game. Got some very limited playing time. Played just 1 minute in Triad's win over Belleville East last night. Pass into Thompson, and he'll get it now over to Zawodniak, and now inside to Becker. He'll survey things, go ahead and post up Murphy, but they're going to say he extended the arm, and we'll have the first foul of the day on the Knights.
Foul on Donnie Becker. First personal, first team foul.
Murphy to trigger the inbound for the Generals, and he'll do so to Tatum, and we'll give it right back to Murphy. Crowd continuing to grow here at Virgil Fletcher Gym, and Murphy now will pass it over onto the wing for King Dees. Dees now into the corner for Murphy. Go ahead and switch Becker, onto him off the screen. Three-pointer up and good from King Dees, who still has not missed a three-point attempt since, probably about 24 hours now. Here is Stewart putting on some nice dribbling moves. He'll pass it in there to Becker, and now back out to Winslow. Switching more to a perimeter roll as he'll drive the lane and lay it up, no good. Becker thought he had the rebound, and now we'll have a foul, I think, on Murphy, which is a little interesting. His first, team's second for the Generals, as we are exactly 5 minutes in to our first quarter of action here in this 5th place game, first trophy game. It's down there at the scorer's table. You may or may not be able to see it as they'll run the lob play there to Winslow, and he lays it up and in. Drew Winslow up to, with his first points of the game, 14-12 now in favor of MacArthur. Murphy will pass it over to Lee. He'll survey things, and now get it to Murphy, guarded by his opposite number, Zawodniak. He'll back it out. 16 on the shot clock, still some time for MacArthur, and he'll go for the signal, and he'll get the ball screen there from Owens. Pass now, shot up and good from Murphy. He's up to 8 points. And now Thompson. He'll get it to Winslow and around onto the wing for Becker, guarded by Tatum. He'll spin his way into the lane, back it up, shot up, and good. Donnie Becker had 2 fouls, and that's it last night. And now he gets into the box score for a more positive reason, as he's got 2 points. Deficit remains 2 for Triad, however. Generals with the lead. Murphy being patient, and they'll set it up, try to get Dees open on the three-point shot. He's cut off, and we'll get it back to Murphy. He'll get the screen from Lee, helped there by Thompson. Back to Lee now. We'll go ahead and put the ball on the floor and bowl over Becker, and he will be charged with the offensive foul.
Yeah, that'll happen every once in a while.
Yeah.
Sometimes these guys, man, they bury those shoulders into those chests, and sometimes they get away with it.
Yeah. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Subs in for both teams. Isaac Ackerman in for Triad. Kymir Carson in for the Generals. Inbound pass comes into Thompson. He'll bring the ball up, get a nice screen there, pick up his dribble, and get it now to Stewart. Guarded closely by the just inserted Carson. They'll get it now to Becker. He'll survey things, back his way in, might have traveled, no call. Back now to Stewart. He'll look for a screen from Becker, get double teamed, and pass there deflected out of bounds by Murphy. It'll remain with the Knights.
MJ Murphy almost had a seat in the front row.
Nearly. We'll see Hasquin come back in. He will take the place of Becker. We'll get a nice hand from the Triad fans in attendance. Inbound pass comes in to Thompson, and now to Hasquin. He'll get the screen from Thompson and switch off. Now you got Tatum guarding Thompson, who has the ball in the corner. He'll back his way in. 10-foot jumper left short. Rebound comes to the Generals. Tatum up to Murphy, and he'll get up there in a hurry. Cut it off, get it back now to Carson. Swing it around to Tatum, will take a deep three-pointer, no good. And the rebound now comes to Hasquin. Under a minute left to go here in the first. About a 20-second differential between the shot and game clock.
Three-point shots are still hard to come by.
Yeah, definitely an issue in the last game.
Yes.
Here's Hasquin getting the pass from Thompson. He'll back his way in, pick up his dribble, and get it back to Stewart. 18 on the shot clock, still some time for Triad. Winslow will see it, and he'll pass it into Thompson, who is fouled by Murphy. And that'll be his first, team's third. Not a lot of fouls called here in this first quarter.
That's good. Keep things moving along here.
Yes, we've had very good timing. That first game actually ended early. Winslow is fouled.
Yeah, and then the other games took a little longer, but you had that running clock in the last game. That helped get everything back on track, and if everything goes right in this game, we'll get a half-hour break.
Yeah, it kind of built in for us, give us some time to eat, running with a little bit of a skeleton cruise. So thank you, Steven Stock, for giving me a little bit of a break during the Belleville East game as Winslow makes the first free throw. Lee will re-enter for MacArthur. He will take the place of Owens. Winslow went 7 of 10 from the free throw line in the win over Belleville East. And he goes 1 of 2 on this trip, able to almost get his own rebound, and it eventually will come out to Stewart, but it's stolen away by Dees. He will put on a nice move, and they're going to call a foul on the floor, and that will be on Ethan Stewart, his first, team second for Triad.
Almost forgot where I left off.
Landon Zawodniak in for Triad. He'll take the place of Thompson. So a bit of a small lineup out there on the floor now for Triad, basically running Winslow at center, who's, despite the fact that he's 6'6", is a little bit more of a guard. As Triad goes to a 1-3-1 zone, they brought this out against Easton, had a fair amount of success with it. Not much time left. Dees from the corner, and that one's still good. He hasn't missed yet, has King Dees. And the lead is 19-15 in favor of MacArthur. We're through 1 quarter of play here in this 5th place game. We'll go ahead and take a break. Be back with second quarter action here in just a bit on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
MJ Murphy to bring the ball up for the Generals. He'll get it over onto the corner for Dees, and now back into the corner, really, for Murphy. He'll swing it around now to Dees, who will take his fourth three-pointer and finally miss. Hasn't missed in about 16 hours, but he finally does there. But the Generals do get the rebound. Here is Tatum. He'll get it over now to Murphy. Knights back in man-to-man defense. Get it now to Lee, who is fouled. I think they're going to go ahead and give that to Owen Droy, who entered into the game during the quarter break. Ackerman back in as well, but we'll see Thompson quickly come in to replace him.
I was looking at some of the numbers here that we got throughout this tournament so far, trying to see if I can whittle down my all-tournament team a little bit. Ooh.
Nearly backcourt.
Man, there's no stripe in the middle of that logo, so sometimes it's kind of hard to tell where they land.
Yeah, Murphy will bring it. He'll kick it out to Dees, around now to Carson. He'll drive the lane. Pass over to Lee, but he's unable to handle it. Thompson with the corralment of the loose ball, and he will now bounce it over to Zawodniak, who will bring it into the front court. Just about a minute into the second quarter of action here in this fifth-place game. Thompson now. He'll get it into Stewart. He's going to go ahead and put a shot up anyway, despite being basically double-teamed. He's got his first bucket of the game, and the deficit is down to 2. Been back and forth so far. Triad haven't quite been able to get it back to tied yet. Here is Carson. And they'll go ahead and get it over to Dees. And he'll get a screen from Thompson. Droy helps up, but nobody covered the roll man. Hasquin came over, but he fouled him across both arms. And so now we'll see Sean Lee shooting some free throws.
Got a little arm swap there going on. Yep. We got trophies to hand out from here on out. I see the 5th place trophy sitting over there on the scorer's table. I'm wondering if they shouldn't put that on the ground behind the scorer's table.
Yeah, it would be kind of interesting to have a kid go flying in there and
or
break
the ball.
Yeah, break the trophy.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun.
Lee's free throw no good. Lee only went 0 for 1 last night against Althoff, as Winslow will come back in for the Knights. He'll take the place of Droy.
Getting busier in here.
Yep, starting to. MacArthur, in the form of Sean Lee, adds on to their lead, 20-17 now. Inbound into Thompson, minute and a half in. Winslow will bring it up. Not much backcourt pressure being applied currently.
No, not at all.
By MacArthur. Over into the corner now for Winslow, back to Zawodniak on the Prairie Farms logo. Now to, I think that was Stewart, who hesitated, and that may have hurt him. Three-pointer no good. Here come the Generals. Tatum will drive the lane quickly, but he double dribbled.
Yeah.
He dribbled it, kind of got it kind of like halfway, kind of trapped it on his thigh a little bit, and then dribbled it again, which in the referee's opinion means he picked it up and then started again, which you're not allowed to do. So turnover for the Generals, back now to the Knights. Here is Zawodniak. He'll get it now to Thompson. He's trapped and will get it back to Zawodniak. And around now to Hasquin, inside now to Winslow. Back out to Zawodniak. He'll drive the lane. Shot up, blocked there. Nice job there by Dees on the defensive end, and now Lee will get it, knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with the Generals.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, some experienced, quick aside here, some very experienced guys on the assistant coaching side for Triad. Jeff Falkenberg, one of the IBCA Hall of Fame member and one of the longest tenured assistant coaches in the area, and then Wayne Hari, who for many years was the who coached at Nashville for many years as an assistant under Darren Lee, and then as the head coach of his own, also coached the girls team for a while, as we'll have a bit of a hectic sequence there, but it'll be stopped with a whistle and a foul on Zawodniak, I believe.
Yeah, quick exchange of turnovers here as Stevie Tatum will take the ball out for MacArthur. He would be on the all-hair team too.
Yeah, he would be. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. As we'll see Becker come in as Winslow's going to jog over to the trainer, it looks like.
Yeah, he was flexing his leg out there a little bit. I'm wondering if he doesn't have a calf cramp.
No, he's walking around okay. We'll see what happens there. Dees with the pass. Get it into Lee, and he is fouled on the floor. Becker kind of gave him a hug there a little bit.
Well, he's explaining to Amanda Bauer over there, and he's pointing to kind of like where the hip and the thigh kind of meet there on the front on that right leg.
And we'll see what happens there. Ask for like maybe a massage gun of some kind.
Yeah, looks like it.
Anyway, as we'll have a jump ball as Hasquin and Lee got tied up, possession in favor of Triad.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's got a little massage gun over there he's using on the top of his right thigh. Anyway, enough of my medical knowledge, which I don't have very much of.
No, I'm not going to pretend to be a licensed medical professional. So, yeah, now this is not official medical advice. What's that disclaimer they put in medical dramas? Anyway, Thompson bring it up into the front court for the Triad. He's got the ball and will stay with the basketball and now get it to Stewart, guarded closely there by Carson. Says, here, Tyler, come and set a screen for me, which he does, and loses the ball. Lee, yeah, I was like, that was there's a very famous clip of Kevin Durant kind of doing that where he like had the ball, and unlike in that situation, it did get called, so Triad will maintain possession as we approach the 5-minute mark here, and it's been a pretty entertaining ball game.
Yeah.
Pass comes all the way out and will go into the backcourt. Hasquin able to corral it. A little bit of contact there from Tatum, but no call. And Thompson will bring it up, guarded by Lee. He'll drive his way into the lane, kick it out to Zawodniak. And now to Thompson. Shot clock about to expire. Stewart for three. Got it.
Wow. That's a big. Oh boy, he's mad.
Yeah, Therese Bryson showcasing some of that animation now, and he is not very happy with Sean Lee. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll go and take a quick break. Be back here in just a bit on the K-Hawk Sports
Herald
Network.
Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium-sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Therese Bryson is not a happy head coach over there for MacArthur.
No, showcasing seemed a little more reserved than usual earlier, and now he's showcasing some of that animation. Not very happy with some of the guys there on that sequence, but still just a tie ball game as we're underway here. Kamir Carson to bring it up for the Generals, and he'll get it now to Tatum. And now into the corner for Carson, guarded by the just inserted Brody Hasquin. Kick out now to Murphy. He'll drive the lane, pull it from the elbow, no good. Rebounded by Thompson, who is double teamed, but he'll get it to Hasquin, and now to Ackerman, who just about fell out of bounds, but managed to.
I thought his heels were on the purple stripe when he threw that ball back in, but no call.
Yeah, Carson with the steal, and they're going to call
Thompson.
Or I think they're going to say he grabbed Thompson's arm. He probably had the steal. Or no, they are going to
they're going to call it on Thompson.
Okay. And that does put MacArthur in the bonus, so we'll see Carson shoot some free throws.
No fouls on the side of the board for the Generals at this point in the second quarter. Looks like Winslow's ready to check back in after he went over there and got a little massage therapy.
Self-administered, but
yes.
Carson.
It's not the same, man. Somebody else giving you a massage always feels a lot better than giving yourself a massage.
Yeah. Carson gets the first one to fall. He went 1 of 2 in last night's game. Did Carson. So it's a win for the Generals overall to put them in this 5th place game. Carson now with the shot. It's up and good. Makes them both. And the lead is those 2 free throws, 22-20 in favor of MacArthur. Thompson will get the inbound pass and quickly give it to Stewart. And he'll go ahead and bring it up with some left-handed dribbles. They'll bring it up again. They'll survey things now. And he's picked up nearly a 5-second close to guard. They're going to call it eventually. And Coach Guidry says, no, I'm going to call a timeout before that. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll go ahead and take a break. Be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. you can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium, used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the KHOC Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com.
We welcome you back into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, just past the halfway mark, or the three-quarter mark of the first half is another way to phrase it. 22-20 in favor of the Generals of Decatur-MacArthur, and their opponents, the Triad Knights, will trigger the inbound. Ackerman will do it, and he'll go it away to Carson, who almost lost it.
Yep,
and this
now.
Yep, it'll be Thompson to bring it up. 3-on-1. Here is Winslow. A lot of contact, no call. Thompson gets the rebound, and that one's blocked, which might have been a little bit of a makeup call there. I didn't think there was a whole lot of contact there, but they will give that to Lee. That's his second, and the first foul of the quarter for the Generals.
Yeah.
Past halfway in.
And it's a shooting foul, too, so there's always that.
Thompson at the free throw line. Did not go in last night's game, but he misses that one. Sam Owens back into the game for the Generals. He'll take the place of Lee.
Just trying to look at some of these free throws as far as the total tabulation after the first 2 days. And Derek Bishop from Mundelein made 14 of 23, so he had the highest percentage.
And I think he shot, don't remember what exactly he shot in Mundelein's game earlier, but
Well, actually, the highest percentage belongs to Bradley Longcore. He's 11 of 11 coming into tonight's game.
yeah, we'll have to check that. I don't know if anybody's ever gone perfect for the tournament. Inbound pass comes into Winslow, and he'll throw it out to Ackerman. Ackerman closely guarded by Murphy. They'll go ahead and hand it off to Hasquin. And now inside on the wing for Thompson, as we have a foul away from the play, as they're going to say Tatum held on to Winslow a bit too much. His first, team second.
Lots of whistles here so far in this second quarter.
Yeah, definitely a bit louder in here, though. Crowd, pretty decent amount of Triad contingent, as there has been all tournament. Really a pretty significant number of Triad fans. I saw Reed O'Brien here cheering on his old high school. Is no foul there. That's, I think you got to call something there.
You would think, or a travel or something.
Yeah, something. Here's Winslow. He'll take it up, and then we go. Well, now I think they're going to get Owens on the hold, because I think Tatum had a clean block.
Yeah, he did have a clean block, and he thought it was going to be against him, and he wasn't very happy when he heard that whistle.
Now we'll see Winslow shoot some free throws. That's Tatum's second, team's third.
Winslow has 20 free throw attempts coming into this game, so he's up there as well on the attempts part.
We'll see King Smith come in for MacArthur. He'll take the place of Tatum. The EIU commit to go play football. Winslow makes that one, and we're tied once again at 22.
Yeah, Winslow's pretty solid at that free throw line.
All in all, good athlete in general. Basketball not even his main sport. He's verbally committed to Oklahoma State.
Makes me jealous sometimes, man.
To play baseball.
These guys that can play like multiple sports, and they're like, well, this isn't even his best sport.
Yeah. It's always just one of those interesting things.
I
mean, half of MacArthur's guys played football. So here is Carson now, as their Triad fans may be asking for a travel, and a slight shuffling of the feet. Murphy shot up, no good. Knocked around. Dees recovered it. Two Kings on the floor for MacArthur. Three-pointer at the shot clock buzzer, no good from Carson. And the Knights will try and take a lead for the first time in a while, if not their first. Here's Thompson, and they will go ahead and get Murphy on the reach in there, and that'll get kind of the ironic cheers there from the Triad fans in attendance. MacArthur contingent not very thrilled about it.
No, they're pretty solid too for as far away as they are.
Yeah, MacArthur, in years they've always traveled pretty well. It's it's a manageable trip up to Decatur. I mean, we've gone up to Mount Zion the past couple of years for football, which is, right next to Decatur, for those of you who aren't aware. Thompson shot no good, rebounded by somebody, and they're going to have a jump ball.
They're going to have a jump ball. That could have been a foul on either side of that, too, but they called a jump ball as a couple players got twisted up there. Looked like they were playing a game of Twister.
Yeah, it was Dees and Thompson there, but nothing malicious in it as Dees helped Thompson up, but kind of maybe got that shoulder stretched out a little bit, kind of rolling it out as he makes his way down the court.
Looks like something from Dancing with the Stars, the way he twirled over his back. I think their arms accidentally got interlocked.
Could believe that. Here's Carson. Triad back in the 1-3-1 zone. Work it there on the low post to the large body of Smith, but his shot's no good. Thompson with the rebound. 22-22. Into the corner now for Winslow. He'll drive the lane. Shot up, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it will be Generals basketball. Coach Guidry maybe wanting a foul there, but he'll just sort of stand there and mark out instructions to his players. Here is Kymir Carson. Go and bring it up, screen the top of the zone, and kick it out over in the corner for Murphy. He'll drive in, shot up, and good.
I tell you what, when Murphy jumps up in the air, he is up there.
Yeah, they talk. You hear sometimes about people who are like jump shooters. That's kind of what Murphy does there. And Owens with a steal, and he'll go ahead and lay it up and in. Lead back out to 4 for MacArthur as we approach 1 minute to go here in our first half of action. Stewart will bring it up, and he'll give it off now to Winslow. Well, he'll slowly dribble his way up onto the wing. As Smith guarding him, Winslow can shoot a little bit. Wouldn't shock me maybe to see him take a 3 if Smith's going to drop off of him, and there he does. Closeout's pretty good, though, and missed shot rebounded there by Murphy.
Yeah, it was on target. I mean, just a little bit to the left. Other than that, if it would have been in the middle, that would have went through.
Yeah, Carson will swing it around to Murphy. Murphy now trying to establish it into Smith. And he'll kick it out into the corner for Carson. He'll launch a three-pointer. That one's short. Rebounded by Thompson, and just about a second separating shot and game clock. The ball knocked out of bounds by Owens. It'll remain Knights basketball, who will enter in Zawodniak as Najir Woods, comes in. He'll take the place of King Smith.
2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock here for Triad.
Handoff comes from Stewart to Winslow, He'll get a screen now from Thompson and switch Woods onto him. He'll drive the way in, and we got a jump ball. Nice job there by Carson grabbing on. Possession arrow in favor of the Knights. 20 seconds left on the game clock, 18 on the shot clock, so Triad can still be a little patient here.
I think the Generals had 2 guys clamp onto that ball.
Yep. Pass comes out to Winslow on the wing. He'll drive his way in. Behind the back dribble, no good. He'll force a shot up, no good. But they're going to call a foul.
MacArthur wanted to travel.
May have been right, but they'll get the foul to Owens, his second, team 5th. And
Stevie Tatum going to check back in.
And we'll see Ackerman come in for Triad.
Winslow back up at the line, just hit 2 from there a moment ago.
He's got 4. Or no, excuse me, that's wrong team. He has 3.
I had to go and say something.
Yeah, missed that one.
Yeah. Next shot from Winslow does fall. And we'll see Ackerman come in for Winslow. Well, final trip up the floor here by the MacArthur Generals. No shot clock needed.
And they'll go ahead and roll the ball in, save them a little bit of time. No pressure being applied by the Knights.
That ball is rolling slowly.
Yes. Thompson will come up and then quickly back off, try and force the action a little bit. Down to 10 seconds now, trying to run the elevator concept for Dees. Nothing there. They'll swing it around to Tatum. He'll drive by. Nice pass into Owens, and he lays it up and in. And Triad not going to have any time with it, and they're going to – Tatum kind of ran into Thompson, and he fell down, and Coach Guidry will come out and ask the question and maybe not be very friendly about it, and he's going to give the referees a little bit of an earful here. But Looks like that'll be about all with it. So 28-23 in favor of MacArthur as we take the halftime break. We'll be back in just a bit with first half stats and any more information that strikes our fancy here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Looking for good food, good times, and good people? Look no further than the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Just over the bridge from the K-Hawk Stadium, Bridge Inn features a friendly and courteous staff that serves up the coldest drinks and the best food in the Metro East. Lunch and dinner is available daily with a breakfast menu every Saturdays and Sunday morning. And don't forget about fantastic fish fry Fridays. Bridge Inn also features pool tournaments on most weekends and a gaming area for the over 21 crowd. Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Check them out at 519 North Main Street in Caseyville. Call for carryout orders at 618-344-3530. The best is yet to come at the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. 618-344-3530.
Schaefer Excavating and Demolition in Pontoon Beach provides complete commercial, industrial, and residential demolition and excavating services. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is family owned and operated by former K-Hawks since 1980 and have over 4 decades serving the Metro East. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is your choice for quality and experienced work at a reasonable price. Schaefer's does jobs of any size, whether digging for water and sewer lines, site preparation, or building demolition. Schaefer's can do it all. Schaefer's Excavating and Demolition also sells backfill, topsoil, loam, and other materials. Licensed, bonded, and insured, from earth moving and land clearing to building and demolition and road construction to septic and sewer system work. Call the experienced crew at Schaefer Excavating and Demolition, 618-931-6237.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville K-Hawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948. Are you in need of a new mailbox to go with your new home? How about a new mailbox to replace your old one? Look no further than Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. From economy to custom, Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can create a mailbox that suits your needs. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes is licensed and insured. They use only high-quality materials and offer a satisfaction guarantee policy. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can also make your very own axe throwing set, hanging or standing. Whether you need that axe throwing set or a new mailbox, you need Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. For more information, get a hold of Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes at 618-680-0208 or online at needanewmailbox.com. No one likes a dirty house. It's work that almost no one wants to do. Why not get someone to do that work for you? Kara Gray with Rags to Riches Cleaning Service would love to take that task off your to-do list. Kara is a homegrown Collinsville High School graduate and the owner of Rags to Riches. From floors to ceilings, from baseboards to light fixtures, Rags to Riches can clean them all. No job is too big or too small. Call Kara Gray at Rags to Riches Cleaning Service to schedule a free estimate today at 618-979-9634 or visit Rags to Riches Cleaning Service on Facebook.
And we welcome you back here to the Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament. One half of play in the books here between MacArthur and Triad. 28-23 in favor of the MacArthur Generals. And the Generals hitting 10 of 22 shots from the floor. Triad 8 of 18. The three-point shots raining down all over the place. A little bit of a better showing here than the last game. Triad has hit 3 of 6 of their three-point shots, while MacArthur has hit 5 of 12 from the free throw lines. Triad 4 of 9. MacArthur is 3 of 4, and the Generals winning the rebound battle right now, 13-11. Turnover battle close as well. MacArthur 8 turnovers and Triad 7 turnovers, and other numbers for you. In the paint, pretty close. Triad has 8 points in the paint while MacArthur has 6, but it's the points off of the turnovers right now that have helped MacArthur have a 5-point lead, as they have 13 points off of the 7 Triad turnovers, while Triad has 7 points off of the 8 MacArthur turnovers. And Zach, after a fast and furious start in the first quarter where MacArthur outscored Triad 19-15, it was a little bit more tame in that second quarter, as MacArthur only outscored Triad 9-8.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a relatively back and forth game. I think this 5-point lead for the Generals might be the largest of the game. No, they did lead by 6. So one of the larger leads of the game anyway. I mean, I don't think either team has played especially badly. I think some of it can just be attributed to MacArthur's athleticism giving Triad a little bit of issues. What are our turnover numbers looking like?
8 and 7.
All right, so relatively even there. I mean, I think it's been even, which kind of figured it would be. At this point, you kind of sorted everything out, and you got relatively like teams matching up against each other. Even, Althoff, pretty soundly beat East, but East beat Althoff at Althoff just before the tournament. So it's, sometimes it's just variable based on the day, but it's been a pretty fun game here, and second half should be pretty entertaining as well.
All right, and that's what we have coming up for you next after another timeout. Second half action comes your way next on the K-Hawk Sports Network. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville K-Hawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from K-Hawk Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud K-Hawk alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pitmaster. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning sauces and rubs that supports our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com or call 618-855-8855.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from other coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Ragg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Ragg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville K-Hawks and the K-Hawk Sports Network, as well as the K-Hawk Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Ragg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Edwardsville at 1012 Plummer Drive, or call Jason Ragg at 618-307-7048, or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, members SIPC.
We love to have you come work for the City of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the City of Collinsville.
All right, this is just weird. Tried to move the microphone over to my right side to give my right ear a little bit of a break, but now things are just in the way. I don't know. I'll figure it out. We'll make it comfortable enough. All right, we are ready for some second half action. MacArthur has the lead and the ball, 28-23. And over on the wing, that is Sean Lee. Lee will dribble it once and hand it back over to Sam Owens. Owens will fire it onto the corner for MJ Murphy. Murphy on the wing, out front to Stevie Tatum. Tatum, he'll back up a little bit as he had to go collect the ball over to King Dees. Dees on the left wing, into the paint, and a whistle, and I believe Hasquin is going to get called for a foul. Yep.
Just 21 seconds in. We have our first foul of the second half. That's Hasquin's second. Gotten significant minutes, just a freshman. And I hear he's a pretty good football player as well, so you may see him on the gridiron for the Knights here in the next few years.
Yeah. I would not be surprised if you see him and his basketball talents get a lot better as he moves along, because he's a pretty stocky kid for a freshman, so he's got some growing to do, and he'll probably be a force to be reckoned with over the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Here is Winslow. Winslow brings the ball down for Triad. He crosses the timeline over here on the near side. We're underway in the second half, 28-23 in favor of MacArthur. Fifth place trophy is on the line, and they'll fire the ball out over to Ethan Stewart. Stewart has his pocket picked by Dees, but Dees can't get there in time, and now Dees is going to get called for a foul.
Yeah, trying to make his way around Stewart, but Stewart able to keep up with him. And that's Dees' second. First foul of the half for the Generals.
So each team now with one, and we haven't even completed 1 minute of play here in this third quarter. And here comes Winslow again. Winslow, he'll cross the midcourt stripe and head over toward the near sideline and bring it back the other direction. A couple of players bump into each other, no call. And then a nice pass out to Zawodniak. Get that out of here, says Dees.
Well, there will be a blocking foul called on Owens.
Yeah.
A little bit of a late whistle, but I think the correct call.
Well, we've now played 105, and we've had no points scored, but we've had 3 fouls called.
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't continue.
No, because I'm kind of looking forward to that half-hour break.
Yeah, we're making decent time here, just about a quarter past the 3 o'clock hour here. Thompson went 0 of 2. We'll see if he can improve that free throw percentage here.
So Thompson at the line. Did not go to the line in the game versus
Belleville East.
Belleville East last night.
Made that first one, though.
Yeah. Got to make them, man. You got to make these. We found that out in that Belleville East Altoff game. You make your free throws, you have a little bit of a better chance. He made both of them, so that gets his team back to within 3. 6:50 left to play here in this third quarter. We're just underway in quarter number 3. And here is MJ Murphy. Murphy approaches the top of the key, gives it up to Dees, and Dees bounces it back to Murphy in front of his coach over there in that far side corner. Couple of dribbles between the legs. He'll settle it up over on the right wing, and now we got another foul away from the play, and this one is going to go against Zawodniak.
That's his second, team's second. Yeah, had switched on to Lee and kind of battling for position, and they called him for the hold.
This game is not going to be over till 4:30 if we don't put these whistles away. Here's a drive and a shot up there by Sean Lee. And now across the line for Tyler Thompson. Thompson will hand the ball off to Stewart. Stewart through the paint, reverse layup, can't get it to fall. Nothing but Generals there for that rebound. They had 3 different chances, 3 different guys, and pulling that one down was Sean Lee. Over into the corner it goes. Dribble drive by Murphy, got cut short. He'll just pull back and take a shot. Bounds across the rim, and there is Winslow with the rebound for Triad. He'll bring the ball up the near sideline, cross the timeline with 6 minutes left to play here in this third quarter. Cuts now diagonally across and right in the K-Hawk logo at midcourt. Pulls up his dribble and almost traveled with the ball, but he throws it away anyway, so it's not going to matter.
Yeah. Try to get it back out on the wing there to Thompson, but unsuccessful there, and just haven't quite been able to find that run. They haven't played terribly. They just kind of haven't quite made that run to get themselves into a position to take the lead.
There is Tatum with a drive into the paint. That ball is out of bounds. It'll stay. The Generals ball, as they say, that went off of Winslow.
Crowd continuing to grow now. Lower bowl probably about half full combined now.
More so on the side behind the scorer's table than on the other side. And the side behind the scorer's table is what everybody can see here on their TV or / computer or / cell phone screen. 5.5 minutes to go. 5-point game once again. 30-25 in favor of the Generals. Here is Winslow. That one rolls all the way around the rim from the right or the left side all the way around, and it comes back out. So the Generals want to add to that lead. Here is a drive by Murphy. Dumps it off to D. Oh, man.
Jump ball, yeah.
Jump ball, clamped onto it while Sean Lee was in midair, and Lee just went hard to the ground.
Yeah, Thompson got all ball. We'll see Becker come in. He'll take the place of Hasquin. And so that's technically a turnover as possession error in favor of Triad.
Yeah. Inbound pass will be triggered down there by Zawodniak. He's got to deal with King D's in front of him as the Generals provide some half-court pressure, but they kind of back off there once Winslow gets his hands on the ball. Winslow brings it up across the logo at the top of that crown and then fires a pass over to Thompson. Thompson fires it back into the corner. Now a nice little give and go, but couldn't complete it. Could Donnie Becker. And back the other way we go. Here is MJ Murphy. Murphy will scoot his way out around to the top of the key and then head over towards that scorer's table. 4:45 left to play here in this third quarter. 30-25 remains the score. Still a 5-point lead for the MacArthur Generals. They are the champions, reigning champions. They will not be by the end of this night, but right now they can still say they are the reigning champions. Here's Thompson. Yep, back-to-back years. Thompson reverses direction, hands the ball off to Winslow. Winslow over onto the far side now for Stewart. Back out front will go to Becker, and Becker gives it up. Winslow with it now. Winslow dribbles, drives, glass, good.
Winslow up to 6 points now. Deficit back down to 3. See Ackerman come into the next stoppage for the Knights.
There is Murphy for the Generals. Fires the ball over to Sean Lee, and back to Murphy it goes. Back to Lee it goes. Thought about going into the corner to Tatum, picked it back up, and over to King D's on the right wing. D's at the top of the key, gives it up to Sam Owens. Back over to Murphy. Murphy dribbles once, gives it back to Owens. He'll launch a three-point shot. That one's a little bit too strong, and the rebound comes down for Triad to handle. More specifically, Zawodniak. Zawodniak gets it across the line to Winslow, and Winslow will survey things for a moment before he begins his dribble. He does so. Heads towards the scorer's table. Hands the ball off once again to Stewart. Stewart gets the ball to Zawodniak. Back over to Stewart. He'll launch a three-point shot. That one's a little short, and it comes down for Tatum. Tatum, he'll direct some traffic and give it up to Dees. Dees moves up and gives it to Murphy. Murphy into the lane, kicks it back outside. Owen, he'll take one inside the perimeter, and that's good for 2, and that extends the lead back out to 5 once again. 3:10 left to play here in quarter number 3. Here is Drew Winslow. Winslow bringing the ball up court. Uses Thompson as a pick. He was ran right into there by Sam Owens. They could have called that, but decided not to. I'm glad they didn't. And a little floater, and it falls in for Winslow and the one.
I think they're going to give that foul to Dees. That's his third. Third team foul for the Generals.
Third team foul up there on the board. Winslow up there shooting just 1, and I believe that Ackerman's going to come in and take Winslow's place after this shot. And he does.
And are you right on the substitution?
Yep.
Yes. All right.
So Winslow gets a nice hand from the coaching staff over there at the Triad bench. And we have a 2-point contest, 32-30. Here comes MJ Murphy. Murphy. They wouldn't ruin our half-hour lunch break with an overtime game, would they?
Hush.
I know. There is a drive and a blocking foul. That's going to be called against Becker.
His
and
third.
Each team now with 3.
And we'll see Owen Droy come in, maybe to take the place of Becker, as Coach Bryson will call the other 4 guys in and have a discussion with them.
Sean Lee at the free throw line, and you can't get that one to fall in. Lee went 1 for 2 in the first half from the free throw line. And Owen Droy comes into the game, takes the place of Donnie Becker, and one more shot coming up here for Sean Lee. And he misses both of them. So the 2-point deficit for Triad remains. They're going to try to erase that here on this push-up court. Here is Ackerman. Ackerman across the timeline, picks up his dribble a little early, so he gives the ball up to Thompson. Thompson, he'll drive to the top of the key, and he'll pick up his dribble as well, and then over to Zawodniak. Zawodniak in front of his own bench. He'll dribble his way over toward the scorer's table, and then he'll skirt the midcourt stripe, get some separation, and then the separation ended, and he travels anyway.
Yeah, sub in for the Generals, Carson. He will replace Owens.
All right, this isn't helping.
Better?
Well, you know, at least I don't have this wire tugging on me.
No.
It's not helping the problem with the earphone being just really tight on the ear, and my ear on my right side is a little sore. I don't know why. It just doesn't affect the left side at all.
Have a foul on the floor. And that'll be Ackerman, his first, team fourth.
1:58 left to play here in this third quarter. 32-30 in favor of MacArthur. Inbound pass coming in from Murphy, and he'll get it to Dees on the wing. Dees will launch a three-point shot right off the bat. Three-point shots are hard to come by here in this second half. I thought that ball might have landed out of line, on the line.
I think they're going to say Lee was on the line when he jumped up to get it.
Yeah.
Winslow, after not too long of a break, will come back in, and he will take the place of... Somebody's got to come off the floor. It'll be Ackerman.
Ackerman came in for Winslow, so it makes sense. During that exchange down there, Zawodniak hit the floor hard, but no call on the play. I didn't see what happened, so I couldn't tell you if it was a foul or not.
Owens will come in. He's took the place of somebody. Didn't see who went to the bench there for MacArthur.
Here is Stewart. Stewart will hand the ball off in the backcourt to Winslow, and Winslow will take it across the midcourt logo. 1:40 to play here in this third quarter. 32-30, close game. 2-point lead belongs to MacArthur. They'll get it back over into the hands of Stewart. Stewart, top of the key, in the paint, and ran right into was Owen Droy, and I believe that was Sam Owens, and Owens will pick up another foul, and that'll be his team's fourth. Now each team with 4 here in the third period, and we have 93 seconds left in this third quarter.
Yeah, that's Owens' fourth, and he'll come out of the game. King Smith in to replace him. That's Owens has been a pretty significant contributor for the Generals, so we'll see how long Coach Bryson will keep him out for.
Inbound pass comes in and barely made it to Winslow. Got tipped a little bit, and then Winslow grabbed it off of the fingertip. And at the top of the key, picks up his dribble. Sends it over to the far side, and a dribble drive there by Zawodniak. And Zawodniak still with the ball, just outside the lane, trying to find some kind of room, and finally finds Ethan Stewart. Stewart back at near midcourt, brings it into the perimeter himself. Probably walked a little bit, got away with it. And the basketball finds Zawodniak, and Zawodniak is going to go to the line to shoot 2 after another foul. It's going to be called on, I believe, Sean Lee.
Yeah, that's his third. And that will put the Knights in the bonus. Shooting foul anyway, so Zawodniak would be shooting either way.
Zawodniak, 0 for 1 in the first half from the charity stripe, and he'll make up that difference. And now 1 for 2 as Hasquin comes back in.
He'll take the place of Stewart. So a little bit of a bigger lineup in now for Triad. Basically, Hasquin and Droy, some bigger bodies, and then really Zawodniak, the only true guard, but makes them both, and we're tied.
We're tied, 32 all. Here come the Generals. Here's Carson. Carson dribbles his way over to the right wing and backs up just a little bit, fires it over to the left side, and that's MJ Murphy. Murphy, 15 seconds on the shot clock, gives it up to Sean Lee. Back over to Murphy. Murphy brings it back out, and we'll start all over again with Carson. Only 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Into the corner it goes. I don't understand why Lee just didn't shoot it from there, but he manages to get it off before the shot clock. And then a putback, big time. King Smith gives his team back the lead, +1 if he can make it.
Foul will be on Droy, his second.
Really, man, Sean Lee was wide open in that corner. He could have taken that three-point shot, but it worked out in his favor anyway.
Stewart back in to replace Droy.
So at the free throw line, King Smith did not shoot a free throw in the first half.
Didn't shoot one last night either.
And his one and only will be good. And is back out to a 3-point lead now for MacArthur.
One king for another in as Dees comes in for Smith. Shot clock turned off. Winslow to bring it up for the Knights.
He does so slowly. To the top of the key, outside the lane, takes the shot, good for 2. And it's a 1-point contest once again. And enough time on the clock for MacArthur to come down and answer. Here is MJ Murphy. Murphy brings it across the timeline. 8 seconds left here in this third quarter. And Murphy will pop it outside the lane. Can't get it to go. And enough time for a long shot. And it hits the bottom of the backboard. And that's the way that this third quarter comes to a close. 35-34. MacArthur Generals have the 1-point lead. We're back with the fourth quarter after a timeout here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Diamonds for K-Hawks is a facility improvement project to develop a baseball, softball, and football/soccer field for CHS students and our communities to utilize. The project includes 2 baseball fields, 2 softball fields, a soccer/football field, concession stand, bathrooms, and parking. The development of this facility will benefit the band, PE classes, baseball team, softball team, and soccer team with a centralized location, ease of access, and an eye-catching complex. Please contact A.D. Clay Smith to donate to this project or visit the Collinsville Area Community Foundation website to make your tax-deductible donation today. Looking for a new place to catch the game with a cold drink and some great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest K-Hawk games and all of the pro sports across the spectrum, and all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from K-Hawk Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332.
We have a 1-point contest, 35-34 here in this 5th place game. As we get back to action here between the MacArthur Generals out of Decatur and the Triad Knights out of Troy, Illinois. And another foul.
Yeah, that'll be on Stewart, and he's not thrilled with that one. His second on the floor, so, but that does reset the shot clock, gives MacArthur some more time to look for a basket or even just run clock.
We'll see. Out front it goes. And Carson gives it up. 3-point shot, no good. And the rebound belongs to the Triad Knights. Here comes Drew Winslow. Winslow will hand the ball off to Thompson. Thompson brings it up and gives it up now for Stewart. Stewart pulls up his dribble at the top of the key, gives it to Thompson on the wing, bounce pass in the perimeter to Winslow. Winslow runs into King Dees, turns around, gets the shot, and that's good. The Knights have a lead, 36-35.
I was viewing Drew Winslow as kind of a fringe candidate for the all-tournament team. The way he's played in the second half, I may have to wind up putting him on my ballot.
Yeah, that's he's a pretty good basketball player, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And you're going to say that's not his best sport. King Dees for 3, a little short, and the rebound hauled down and
out of bounds.
Stepped out of bounds. Did MJ Murphy when he came down with the ball. Coach not very happy again. He's giving that ref down there an earful.
Yeah, I think both coaches have gotten after him for
one
reason or another tonight.
Yep.
We move on.
Here is Thompson. Thompson fires a pass across the line to Stewart. Stewart picks up his dribble in the slot, gives it back over to Thompson. Thompson deep out on the left wing. Back to Stewart, wide open 3. Can't make it though. Rebound. Oh, we're going to have a foul. This is going to be on Hasquin. And then Hasquin barks at the referee. That's never a good thing to do when you're a player.
No, they're going to let him go. His third, team second. We'll see Droy come in, and he will take the place of the freshman. See, Coach Guidry probably talked to him a bit.
Yeah, I would think so. You can't do that. Stop. Something like that. He's getting an earful, that's for sure. Here is the Generals. They go back to work. MJ Murphy. Now MacArthur trails by 1 point. 6:20 left to play here in this fourth quarter. A drive and oh, wow. I didn't see that foul, and Thompson's going to get called for a foul. I thought he had all ball. He ended up with the ball.
Yeah, that's I'll give it to him. His second. Carson will shoot some free throws.
Carson, earlier today, 2 for 2. And now 3 for 3.
Well, back tied again. Yeah, we'll see. You said it already.
I know.
So we'll see what happens.
It's like police officers saying, boy, it sure is quiet today. You just jinxed it. All right, miss on the second one, 36-36. That's our score. Here is Thompson out at the midcourt stripe. Gives it up for Droy. Droy saved that ball just before it went back over the line. And now Thompson has it back in his hands. Runs into a couple of different players for MacArthur. And into the corner it goes. Wodniak for 3, can't get it to go. Droy gets the rebound, no good. And I'm surprised they didn't call a jump ball there.
Thought maybe could have gotten Stewart with a foul.
Well, I'm glad they didn't do that either.
Nope.
Less whistles is good. Here is Dees all the way around the corner. Murphy with a drive and a foul on the floor.
On
I think Wodniak, yeah.
So he grabbed him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
That's his third.
Is that an actual call? Do they have that basketball call?
I guess it's just a hold. It's just demonstrating that he grabbed his shoulder.
Okay.
You like grab the hand.
Normally if it's a hold, they'll just do that, the holding signal like they do in football.
Yeah.
But he just grabbed a different body part, trying to show everybody where exactly he got held. Inbound pass comes in, comes out onto the wing now for Sean Lee. Across the way it goes. Tatum couldn't hold on to it.
Been a rough game for Tatum. He had, I think, 25 points in a game early in the tournament and has been held scoreless here tonight.
So Wodniak will inbound over on the near sideline to the extreme right side of your screen. Now they're going to bring him back baseline.
Ackerman in. He'll take the place of Droy.
In case you're all wondering, though, the camera follows the crowd, so sometimes you can't see those inbound passes because everybody else is at midcourt waiting. But it'll figure itself out. Here is a bounce pass. That one didn't make it to its destination. King Dees ends up with it, and he'll outlet pass to Murphy. Murphy brings it up to the top of the key. We're tied at 36. 5:15 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Here is a drive by Murphy. Stops at the free throw line, turns it around, gives it to Dees. Dees lost the handle on the ball. Who found it? Triad did. More specifically, Wodniak. He gets it over to Thompson. Thompson hands the ball off to Stewart. Stewart on the wing, back into the corner, and a quick exchange. And right when Winslow was getting his hands on the ball, King Dees came in there and got his hands on Winslow's hands.
Yeah, that's his fourth. And we'll see. Owens will come in. Coach Guidry will take a full timeout.
One full timeout coming your way. We'll be back in a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
The Collinsville Daily News, the new online source for everything newsworthy in and around Collinsville. This news source is designed to be the heartbeat of the Collinsville community and is owned and operated by members that live in this area. The Collinsville Daily News generates their revenue with local support from the community in which they serve and from advertising. They do not charge to read their content, so you'll never run into one of those annoying paywalls. Not only that, but the Collinsville Daily News offers free classified advertising. You have items you want to buy, sell, or trade? It's free to post. Wedding or engagements announcements, as well as obituaries, all free at collinsvilledailynews.com. Plus, they have the content that matters most. Collinsville news you need to know, coverage of K-Hawk sports, and a keen eye on city news. The Collinsville Daily News also has an event tab that allows you to find out what is going on in and around the region for you and your family, the heartbeat of the community. Helping readers make sense of an increasingly chaotic world. Check them out at collinsvilledailynews.com, on social media sites Facebook and Instagram. The heartbeat of this community is the Collinsville Daily News.
Back here at the Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament at Collinsville High School. Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium is where we are, and by far this has been the most entertaining game of the day so far, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's been kind of interesting. Yeah, definitely has been.
Okay, you can finish that thought later if you want.
No,
sorry, didn't mean to wake you up.
Nah, yeah, we're all right. It's day 3.
I know. Slap happy day, we call it. Usually at the end of day 1, that's when the slap happiness really kicks in.
Yeah.
Here is Winslow, and Winslow turns around, takes the shot, can't get it to go. Tip in by Thompson would not work. And there is Sean Lee with the rebound, and he'll get it up to Murphy. And this tied game remains as we approach 4.5 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter.
Feels later than that.
I know.
Feels like there should be about 2 minutes left.
Sure does. Oh, Dees got tripped up by Winslow. Winslow's going to get called for a foul. He didn't mean to. It's just he stepped his foot down, and right when Dees was getting ready to move, he ran right into it.
Winslow's first, but that is the 5th of the quarter, so see Dees shoot some free throws.
Yeah, the Generals only have 1 foul on the board, so Generals are going to be shooting some free throws here for the rest of this 4th quarter, and Triad, they're not going to make it to the line unless it's a shooting foul.
Yeah, one thing, though, is that Triad's fouls are a bit more spread out. Dees' first free throw up and good. Triad, Dees has 4. Owens has 4. He's on the bench right now. Murphy's at 3. Nobody on the floor for Triad has more than 2.
Dees did not make it to the free throw line in that first half, but last night he went 0 for 1, or excuse me, he went 4 of 8.
He maintains that 50% average. He goes 1 for 2 that time.
Yeah, 37-36. We have a lead once again. It's a 1-point lead by MacArthur. Here is Winslow. Winslow, he drives, bounces off a couple of players, couldn't finish, but he'll go to the free throw line anyway.
I think that'll be
on Tatum.
Yeah, that's his third.
I just love the animation from the head coach for the Generals, man. Tyrese Bryson. He moved the whole into the scorer's table.
Yeah, he did. Just set everything back here. We're fine.
I think he gave the end of the scorer's table a hip check.
Yeah, maybe. Winslow free throw up and good.
Yeah, Winslow's pretty solid at that free throw line. The ends of the scorer's table are one of those ones that are on wheels, so they're pretty easy to move if you run into them, which is probably a good thing. If a player runs into them, it'll give a little bit.
Yep.
Winslow misses on the second try. We're tied at 37, and the MacArthur Generals bring the ball back up. We are halfway through this 4th quarter. Across the line, MJ Murphy. Murphy throws it over to Tatum. Tatum, he'll go in from the wing, and at the top of the key, he'll try to give it up, can't do it, and another turnover, and here come the Triad Knights once again. Here is Thompson. Thompson moves it across the midcourt stripe. He'll give the ball up to Stewart. Stewart picks up his dribble at the top of the key, looking for a little outlet pass, finally finds it in the form of Thompson, and now Thompson will go back to work. He'll dribble and drive, and now we have another foul called, and that's going to go against Sean Lee.
Now that's his 4th, so 4 of the 5 players on the floor with, so all 5 starters have at least 3 fouls, I think, now for MacArthur. Murphy has 3, Tatum has 3.
Well, just a second ago, the Generals had 1, and they got back-to-back fouls.
Yeah, so.
Wodniak inbounds and does so to Winslow. Winslow with a quick pass out to Stewart. Around the horn we'll go. Thompson in the corner for 3, yes!
And we had a foul. I think they're going to count. They're going to count the basket.
Yep.
And then they're going to call a foul
on, I believe, Murphy. Oh, are they?
No, they're going to give it to Tatum.
Yeah,
that's his 4th.
Yeah,
okay.
his 4th.
So Triad are going to keep the basketball here.
Yeah, not a shooting foul. It didn't happen while the three-point shot was in the air. It happened after it went through. And now Winslow will pick up the dribble. Triad up by 3 now. I think that might be their largest lead of the day.
They did not lead at all in the first half, I don't think, as
Well, there's a lot of physicality going on here. Here is Winslow. He takes it to the basket. Can't get it to go in. Sean Lee with the rebound. 3:10 left to play here in this 4th quarter. This is a very entertaining game.
Yeah, all the entire Triad coaching staff standing up as another scramble.
Oh.
And now Bryson called timeout, and
sure
Triad
did.
are not happy about that because, like, he didn't have the ball.
He did not have the ball, he said. A timeout on the floor. We have a full timeout. We'll be back in just 1 minute here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former K-Hawk Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010.
Back here at the Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament, this is a very, very entertaining 5th place game.
Yeah, we've had a few pretty good excuse me, we've had a few pretty entertaining ones so far in this tournament, and this one might be one of the most entertaining ones we've had so far.
3:01 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 3-point lead for Triad. MacArthur Generals, they have the ball, and here is MJ Murphy. Murphy brings the ball over from one wing to the other wing, backs up more toward the midcourt stripe. And he backs out once again, lost the ball off of his shoe, picked up by Triad, and they'll begin their ascent into the offensive front. Here is Stewart. Stewart gets it into Winslow. Winslow takes the shot, can't get it to fall. Rebound that belongs to Murphy. Murphy will try again. Here comes the Generals. Bounce pass into Lee, and that's out of bounds, and another turnover.
And getting pretty active here as we see one of the teams here. That's somebody coming in. I think that's Granite City.
Granite City,
MacArthur will take a 30-second timeout.
Granite City and Carbondale have the next game. We have a 30-second timeout, and we will be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Back here at the Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament. Hope you guys are enjoying this one. This has been a fun game between Triad and MacArthur. 3-point contest right now. Knights have the lead, 40-37. We have 2.5 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Not only do the Knights have the lead, they're in control of the ball. Here is Winslow, gets it over to Zawodniak. Back over to Winslow as they try to bring it out of the front court, or back court into the front court. They do. And a handoff there to Ackerman, and then a timeout called by Triad.
And MacArthur went with a real aggressive trapping defense. 30-second timeout from Coach Guidry.
30-second timeout coming your way here on the K-Hawk Sports
Hi, Purple
Network.
and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of K-Hawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go K-Hawks.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 2:19 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Triad with the ball and the 3-point lead, and Zawodniak will inbound. He'll do so in the backcourt to Ackerman. Ackerman sends it across to Winslow. Winslow, he'll begin his dribble overall on the outside of the rim or the outside of the perimeter, and it ends up into the hands of Thompson. Thompson out front for Stewart. Stewart over to the left wing and looking for a little bit of help. And finally finds it in the form of Winslow, who almost fell out of bounds. Got it to Ackerman. Ackerman turn around off the glass, no good. Rebound, that falls down right into the hands of Sean Lee. Under 2 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. 3-point contest. Triad has the lead. MacArthur Generals with the ball. Here is MJ Murphy. Gives to Tatum for 3 for the tie, and it's in.
Tatum finally breaks the seal, hasn't scored, and it's maybe the biggest bucket of the game for the Generals so far. Tie game again.
There is Zawodniak. Gives the ball up to Winslow. Winslow reverses, trying to get around Murphy. Does so with those long strides. Into the paint, off the glass, no good. And a blocking foul coming up. That's going to send Winslow back to the line.
Now the foul will be on Owens, and I think that's his 5th.
It is. So Owens is out of the game, and Kamir Carson will come in to take his place. So a chance for Winslow to break this tie at the free throw line with 1:20 left on the game clock here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Winslow went 1 for 2 his last trip up there. And that one's not good either. MacArthur fans trying to make some noise over there to throw Winslow off his game. Winslow, big deep breath, bends the knees, takes the shot. That one's short, and it comes down right into the hands of Murphy. So 0 for 2 for a pretty good free throw shooting Drew Winslow.
Pressure maybe getting to him just a little bit here.
Could be. Carson with the ball. We approach 1 minute to go here in this fourth quarter. Out to Tatum. Tatum dribbles, drives, and lost the ball, and he was fouled.
I think that'll be on Hasquin.
We are now shooting free throws for the rest of this quarter.
Ackerman, his second.
Tatum to the free throw line. Did not go in the free throw line in the first half.
1 of 2 last night.
So Tatum with a chance to break the tie. Winslow couldn't do it at this end. He'll try it at the other end, and that one's good. Tyrese Bryson out there shouting as he runs up and down his bench, letting his players know what he wants them to do. Next one by Tatum, good. So it's a 2-point contest, and a timeout going to be called by the MacArthur Generals, and we will take a timeout as well. It is a 60-second timeout, so we'll be back here in 60 seconds on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the soft wave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It's just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
This one is going to come down to the wire, folks. 42-40. Generals have a 2-point lead. 1:02 left on the clock. Here in this fourth quarter, they have a full 35 seconds on the shot clock, does Triad. As the Knights will inbound the ball underneath of the Generals' basket. And it'll be Zawodniak who will be tagged with the responsibility of the inbound pass. And he finds Winslow. Winslow, he begins to move up. He's being guarded by Dees. And at the logo at midcourt, Winslow brings it over. Trying to get into the perimeter, lost the ball, falls on it. And a jump ball called. I'm surprised Triad didn't call a timeout while he was on the ground.
Guidry thought he had one. He may take one anyway.
Yeah, well, the possession arrow was in his favor, so that's probably why he didn't do it. And with 50 seconds left on the clock, Triad has 24 seconds left on the shot clock. And we got to do a little housekeeping.
Yeah, maybe a lob play for Winslow here.
We'll see. Zawodniak will get it into Winslow, but not the old lob play. Winslow trying to do it all himself. Takes it in. We're tied at 2. 42-42. 40 seconds to go. 10-second difference in the shot clock, or about 8 seconds actually. And bringing the ball up is MJ Murphy. So MacArthur is going to try to chew up as much time on that shot clock as they can, so they don't give Triad enough time to come down and get their own basket. But first, MacArthur has to make theirs. They're going to take their time. Here is Tatum
making a lot of noise.
Tatum all the way back out at midcourt. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Tatum makes his move, and a foul, and Tatum will go to the free throw line. That one's going to be called against Zawodniak. That's his fourth.
Only got him for 3 on the stat board, but I guess that is his fourth.
So back to the free throw line will be Stevie Tatum. He just hit 2 from there a moment ago, and he'll try to break this tie with 11.9 seconds left to play here in this one. Tatum. Good.
He's come through when his teams needed him the most. Hadn't scored until hit that big three to tie it at 40, and well, he's up to 6 points now and looking to make it 7 and get the lead out to 2.
Hardest fought 6 points he's ever had to make in his life, I'm sure. Trying for point number 7 here, and that one's good as well. 2-point lead, Triad. They'll have 11.9 seconds to come down and try to tie this game or maybe win it. Here is Winslow. Winslow with a head of steam, comes in from 3 points, takes the shot, good!
Timeout called by MacArthur. Big shot there from Winslow. Up to 19.
They're going to make him put some seconds back on the clock. I believe it's going to be 4.4 instead of the 3.8 that's showing. There is a timeout on the floor, but we're going to go ahead and keep it here for this one. I'm not sure if they're going to put more time on the clock or not.
Well, we got a referee going over to the scores table.
I thought for a moment, I thought he held up 2. Okay, that's it, 4.4. I thought so. So 4.4 seconds left on the clock. That's how much time MacArthur will have to drive the length of the court, and they trail by 1 point. So all they need is just a 2-shotter, a 2-pointer.
Yeah. Obviously, the big thing is you want to make it as difficult of a shot as possible. So don't give up a layup.
Yeah.
Contest everything, obviously. Don't foul.
Yeah, you don't want to do that because you don't want to give them 2. And if you do, don't make it Tatum.
Yeah. I mean, he'll probably be the one getting the ball.
I'm sure he will be.
But we'll see. Yeah, it's a crowd, a little bit of buzz here. Crowd, said beginning to grow, and both fan bases making some noise here. Crowd definitely in support of Triad, which, makes sense. Got a school 20 minutes away as compared to a school 2 hours away.
Yep.
So,
all right.
Here we go.
Set this up. King Dees is going to be the one that triggers this inbound pass. He's got Tatum right now standing in front of the scorer's table, as well as Carson. And now Tatum will get the ball on the run. He'll get it across the timeline. Almost lost it. Throws it up at the buzzer. Good! Oh, boy! Oh, boy! A good shot. The Generals win at the buzzer, 46-45, and they'll take home that 5th place trophy.
Referees got out of here quickly, and Triad were screaming that he didn't make it, but what a nice shot there from Lee, the sophomore, with a big-time bucket.
Yeah, because I tell you
what, performance from Winslow.
Stevie Tatum was about to lose control of that ball in the paint, and at the last second, he ditches it off to Sean Lee, and Lee banks it off the glass for the win at the buzzer.
Tell you what, man, what a game. What a game.
Sure was. That was the most entertaining game we've had, I think, so far here in this tournament, because we haven't had a buzzer beater yet.
Thompson came close, hit it with about 4 seconds left for that win in their first round over Carbondale, but now have a trophy presentation here.
Yep.
First one of this year's tournament.
Chris Keller is following the team because they have yet to collect their trophy, and he's like, hey, you guys want this? That's funny.
It was like they're all going into the locker room. Like,
yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
We got a trophy. It's not the one that we came for, but it is a trophy. Alex Paz is down there. He's like, hey, I'd like to get a picture with the trophy if you guys don't mind.
And we thank you for your participation. Congratulations to MacArthur Generals for their 5th place finish.
Wow.
39th annual Collinsville Growing Farms Holiday Classic.
They're going to give the trophy to Lee, and well, sophomore, but he hit the bucket to win it.
The name is Sean Lee.
He will end the game with
5 points, 11 rebounds.
5 points, 11 rebounds, and the clutch bucket at the end.
And the game-winning shot.
Yeah, that'll earn you a player of the game moment almost every single time. What a shot that was by Sean Lee. That's going to do it for us here for this 5th place game. We will take a break, and when we come back, we will have the consolation championship between Granite City and Carbondale on. That's what we have coming up for you in about a half hour here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.